join us. All right, so this is the Prepping the Objective Monday morning call. So it may not be morning where you're at. I know, Philip, let's see, you're in Thailand, so it's evening there for you, my friend. And let's see, Steiner, you're coming in from Sweden, am I right? Or am I Norway? Norway, Norway, okay. I knew you're up there in that very cold peninsula. Yeah, how you doing, my friend? How's the world up there?
Yeah, it's winter at the moment, so we have white Christmas
for sure.
Yeah, a change. Sure. It's many years because I'm on the west coast, so normally we just have rain in the Christmas time, but if you go other places in Norway, there are plenty of snow normally.
Right. Well, good. That's good. Good to see you. So here's what we're going to do. We want to jump around here and let everybody kind of start with what we do here on Prepping the Objectives, and that is increasing your performance by 31%. And the way we do that is we follow the idea, actually the research that Sean Aker came up called the happiness advantage. And the idea is that we are all so scattered with our thoughts all the time that whether we're beginning a meeting, whether that's a virtual Zoom meeting or a meeting with one individual, let's say in a Starbucks or some type of coffee cafe, or maybe starting at a boardroom where you're trying to make a presentation and you're going through this. How you begin is incredibly determinant on how you're going to finish your objective. And so what we usually do is we just kind of stumble start, right? We just jump in there, hey, everybody's here, let's go. And we don't really create not just a focus of where we're going, but the thing that's going to boost our performance by changing the way our mind functions. And the way we do that, based on the research from Harvard researcher Sean Aker that wrote The Happiness Advantage, is you begin by focusing on gratefulness. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around, and each person, I'd love for you to have a chance. I mean, come on, Santa Claus just came and visited you a couple of days ago. So everybody's got something here to put on that smile and tell us about something. Try to, do 30 seconds or whatever. Shorter if you need to, it's fine. What we want to do is give everybody an idea of what you're happy about, what you're grateful for, and share that. Okay, so I'm going to jump out here first. Everybody can turn yourself off mute. Just click down at the bottom left and hit the mute button if you can. If you're at work and you can't do that, I get that. So I'm not going to call you out, but I want you to jump in here and just kind of, as it turns, jumps in here. So the biggest thing I guess I would be grateful for is not just having a white Christmas, being here in Oregon instead of Texas, which I'm usually, used to being outside in the shirt sleeve and 70, 80 degrees. We actually had some really great snow. I think we got about 3 inches yesterday or something like that. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful. I just finished reading this last night right before I went to sleep, maybe about 6 hours ago. So this is a great book by Jesse Itzler. He actually, if you know who David Goggins is, which that is the person that's being portrayed here as the SEAL in the book. So Jesse Itzler is a, what would you call him? A super, where they run marathons, 130 miles across Death Valley and that kind of stuff. So he meets this guy running the marathon by himself. He was running it with 6 other individuals, and they were relaying it, okay? And they found this crazy guy, and he went and said, hey, who are you? Will you come train me? So he moved in with Jesse Itzler and his wife and son. His wife is Sarah Blakely, that owns the global brand called Spanx. And this is the 31-day account of having a Navy SEAL move in with a guy that's already a super athlete, and how he took it, changed his mind, and moved him to a next level. So incredible. That Amy gave me that for Christmas, and so I'm really grateful for that. Gave me new ideas. Every time we think we're pushing ourselves at the very end, and we have done all that we can do, guess what? We find out we're only about 40% of our capacity. And what I'm saying is that you have so much more inside of you than you know that you have. We quit too early because we cap out, we gas out, or you just hit that wall and you feel the resistance. And so we quit too soon. But each one of us has a story. Each one of us has an opportunity to change and make a difference in this world. And so what this book is about that inspired me reading it through the last night is that you can get out there early in the morning, late at the night. It doesn't mean that you have to go be a super marathon athlete. It means that you have to do whatever you're called to do. And whatever that calling is, that's an opportunity for you. When you feel that headwind and you feel it pushing back against you, that's the time when you dig in. That's the time when you get up one more time and you keep going forward. Why? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. is your why. There's something bigger. But I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Amy that she picked out such a great choice there. It really inspired me. I almost stayed awake all night just reading it, but I was lucky enough to get 5 hours. So anyway, I'm grateful to be here with each one of you. So jump in here and tell us what you're grateful for. Just click yourself off mute.
Well, Steve, I am just grateful. It was like a back and forth because we got, all of my kids are married, are married to people that have been divorced, vice versa. So it was like first time in 2 years, we've had all 7 of the grandkids and everybody here for Christmas. And so that was excellent. And then just one other thing I just have to say is our little church, it was 125 years old. It closed its doors yesterday. So it was kind of really emotional, but I was grateful my kids came, and I had my 15-year-old granddaughter with me yesterday for it. And, it was very emotional, but I was grateful for the church and the time, but I had joined a discipleship training, and it just kind of, one of the things the guy said that just hit me like 2 weeks ago, he said, the church, that's just a building. The people are the church. He said, you're the one that spreads the love and the word. And it just, resonated with me. I have tons of memories from there, great memories that nobody can take away. So I'm grateful for that.
Absolutely. It's always so true. It's always about the people. People, whether it's a congregation or a family like we have here, it is always the heart and soul, because now we know we can have virtual families. We didn't have this technology even 5 or 10 years ago. And now we have a global family with people from all over the world here hanging out together and sharing. So who else has something to share that you're grateful for?
I'll share.
Jump in, Sabrina.
I'm always grateful for my health. It's number one. Without your health, you can't really do much of anything. You can't take care of your children.
Sure.
And I've realized that through time. It's just, for me, it's my number one thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That health, and the thing is, and I found this out when my grandson was here during Thanksgiving for about 2 weeks, and he's 3.5 years old. He's got nitrous oxide in his blood, and my nickname is Grumps. Okay, so that's his nickname. Instead of Gramps, it's Grumps. Okay, I don't know how I got that, but that's how it is. So I know what you mean, Sabrina, because if you're not keeping yourself conditioned, when you've got the little ones around and they've got so much energy and they've got 1,000 questions and every question opens 5 more questions, you will just mentally and physically cap out. So keeping yourself at a level of conditioning helps you not just enjoy maybe being a grandparent, being a parent, but doing those things that when I was reading this book last night, the key thing between the Navy SEAL and this guy that was a super marathon, the difference is he never procrastinated. They would get the idea right then. Let's go run. Let's do 6 miles in Central Park right now. And he's like, but it's 12:30 at night and it's 22 degrees. Go now. And they just went out there. And he's like, but nobody else is in the park. Good, but we don't have to. Then we have the trail all to ourselves. Go. And that's the kind of thing that's going to make your life so different, is that when you push yourself, condition yourself, both mentally and physically, then you have that extra energy to give, not just to your children, not just to your grandchildren, but you get to give to the world. And you don't have to feel, oh, I'm too tired. I have to quit. I have to wait till tomorrow. We don't have time for tomorrow. If everybody waits till tomorrow, we're never going to get anything done. You got to go now. All right. Who else wants to jump in here?
I'll jump in. It's Nisa.
Hey, Lisa.
I just wanted to say, first of all, I'm grateful for 15 people being here on Boxing Day, whatever day it is today.
Sure.
But it's so good. And I am grateful because I've been struggling for some time to get my landlords to sort out some damp that's been in the building, and they keep coming and not wanting to do it and stuff like that. So they had canceled quite a few. So when they had made this appointment, what I decided to do is to peel off the wallpaper myself and prepare it for them, so that when they came, they wouldn't have to do that. And it actually worked, because they did the skimming, and I'm now doing the second part and preparing for it. So I'm just so grateful. I realized that it was too much of a mammoth job for them, but when I did part of it, or I started it, it was more beneficial, easier for them to continue with it. So that
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Great
so
idea.
yeah.
You have to help other people do the great things sometimes by you greasing the skids, right? You have to make the first effort. You have to be the first person. And that's and so many things. Think about this with our family and our friends and our business associates. You end up with some type of an impasse, right? Got into a disagreement, and then we sit there and let it loom forever. We forgot what we were even upset at each other about, but we just have this, oh, I don't talk to you now. And sometimes when the first person will step across the line and say, you know what, I don't even remember what we were upset at each other about. Isn't that kind of foolish? Life is too short. Why don't we drop that? And why don't we figure out how we can help each other? And then you knock those barriers down, because that's really what we need. We need everybody in a synergistic fashion. Symbiosis, I think, is the right thing. That we're, as together, we're greater than we are separately. And when we move together, that's what it's about, being here as a family. It's about what a congregation is. It's about that vibration, that when we all get focused in the same direction, but making the world better, we can do anything. We can do anything together. That's what I love about this. Okay,
Yes.
Good. Okay, who's next? Jump in here.
I'll jump in.
Yeah.
First
Good morning.
off, I'm so very happy to see everyone. It's been a long time that I'm gone in social media just because I can't show up for myself.
Sure.
For everyone who doesn't know my story, I'm with domestic violence for 5 years that I didn't know. And I just realized that 2 years ago, but finally starting to own it and accept what had happened to me just 8 months ago. So 3 things that I'm grateful for is that I have my own place now. I am so happy and grateful that I'm on a safe environment. I am so happy and grateful that I forgive myself and I stop blaming others, because the moment that I stop blaming others for everything that is happening to my life, that's the time that I forgive others as well. And I accepted my fate, because I realized that everything that is happening for me and not to me. I'm so happy and grateful that I see my kids growing, even though I did not pursue my dreams of having just get married to one just man until I grow old. I think letting go of the things that I cannot control is the best things that had happened to me this year. And I want to give myself a pat in the back for showing up today.
Absolutely.
Because even though most days that I don't feel like, and I'm not in that moment and not in the focus, I keep on fighting for self-care and to show up for my children.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And you've made such big, how do you want to say that? Personal awareness and understanding that you've got to take care of yourself first and love yourself in order to take care of those that are most important to you. So congratulations. And it sounds like you had a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so really happy to see everyone again. You guys have been my family, and thank you. I've been really so hard to myself, and now I'm embracing everything that is happening to me, good or bad. I needed to get more strength, to be confident, and to gain back what I am and who I am. So grateful for you guys.
We're grateful for you, and we love you, and we're glad you're here with us and part of our family. Thank you for sharing. That's good. I wanted to share something here from Nigeria, from Abdur, my friend. I've known him for about 3 years. He can't actually be on live right now, but he wanted to just share his gratitude. And he put in here that he's grateful for his entire family, especially his wife, and she keeps teaching him selflessness every day. So he just wanted to share that through the chat. Thank you, my friend. Good to have you here with us. I see we've jumped, a number of other people have jumped on here. So we're just going around table right now and sharing what we're grateful for. So jump in here. Who's next?
I'm next. I can do it. Good morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. And thank you for your share. That share was absolutely powerful. I can relate to you more than you may think. I was a victim of domestic violence myself. years ago. And I am very grateful and thankful to say that now my life has turned around into the better and the better and the better. And I have a wonderful, amazing man that I call my best friend and my husband now. But you know, as long as we don't let our past define our future, we will be just fine. And I'm grateful to this platform. Steve, you are one of my biggest mentors, and I am blessed that you chose me to be an author of this book, because it only opened a box that it needed to be open for basically all of my life. So I'm thankful and grateful for this transformation that I am sure all of us have or been experiencing thanks to your help. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I appreciate you sharing there. Thank you, Blanca. I want everyone to have an opportunity to share it. And I know we're going to have a time limit because I always keep this to 30 minutes. Here's what I'm going to do real quick. I want to jump forward and give you some links. So if you look in the chat, if you just joined us, scroll up in the chat and I put a couple links right at the very top. Okay. There is a YouTube link to my YouTube channel. There's the Rubicon website training manual website called goonrubicon.com. And then there is the actual training that I wanted to share with each of you, because I promised you I'd give you some insights. As you're getting a couple days now before beginning the new year, a lot of people have the ritual and a practice, which is New Year's resolutions. I'm not knocking that concept. I think it's a great way to begin the slate again, because every time we don't get the results that we want to get, you don't just give up and quit. You figure out how to get up, dust yourself off, and begin again anew. And so a lot of people love to use New Year's resolutions as that new marker of how am I going to plan my year. So I'm going to give you a video that's the very last one here. I'll share it with you again here. Hang on a second at the bottom, just so it makes it real easy for you to grab. But this link here is actually to a 47-minute training, which is goes over the beginning or the general idea of what Rubicon is. And I'll give it to you in a quick nutshell, and then I want to go back to us sharing our gratefulness, because that's how we get our performance up. When you're doing your planning has to be built in the form of a pyramid, okay? And the pyramid, the very pinnacle, the capstone of your pyramid, has got to be not just the way you want to finish the day, the week, the month, the year, the decade, but how do you want to finish your life? And the reason why you're reaching forward to that is it's called the gravestone experience. And the gravestone experience, I'm going to challenge you here in the next few days before New Year's, is what do you want etched on your gravestone that those people that are closest to you see you through their eyes and they leave a memorial for the rest of eternity? What is it that you want on your gravestone, 10 words or less, that you want etched on your gravestone by those that you care about most? This is something you need to spend some time with. How you want your life to end becomes the beacon and the force that is going to draw you through the rest of your life. And the reason why it's important to get the capstone built first is you fall backwards from the capstone. So in my capstone, the one word, I don't have 10, I have one word that I want my children to etch on my gravestone, and that is worthy. That's one word, W-O-R-T-H-Y. I want my children to see that their father lived his life in a worthy way, that he gave his life force, that he respected his creator, and that every day he got up and he did something that qualified in their eyes that he was a worthy individual living on this planet. That's my ultimate peak, okay? From that, I work backwards to where do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Now, what do I want to do? What do I want to be? B-E, okay? In 10 years from now, if I look at where I want to finish my capstone, where do I want to be in a decade from now? Who do I want to become? And that can be a paragraph of who it is that you want to become. It is your future version of your best self. From that 10-year who you want to become, you can move backwards to the objectives, okay? Because who you want to become is a singular goal in life. One goal, not thousands of goals, not hundreds of goals, but one goal. Who do you want to become in a decade from now? You can move backwards and have two objectives. The two objectives are your two objectives are simply, what do you want to do? What do you need to do to become that person in a decade from now? Two objectives, not 100, not 20, just two. What do you want to do? What do you have to do? What do you have to accomplish to become that better version of yourself in a decade from now? And then the final step is the small next steps that take 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month to bring you in 1 year to at least one of your two objectives. So if you see what I've done, I've started off with how do you want to end your life? Who do you want to become in a decade from now? What do you need to do? Two different things in the next 1 year to 10 years to become this person. And then the final stage is, what are the things that you can start doing today, tomorrow, next week to accomplish these objectives? So if you want to understand how this breaks down in more detail, the last link that I put in the chat gives you a 47-minute explanation of how to use the Rubicon system to plan your life, to plan your decade, to plan your year, and to plan what is the next most important thing that you must do to accomplish each one of these in a very strategic fashion. Does everybody understand how that is from an organizational standpoint? Does that make sense? Okay, it's not that this isn't giving you a lot of detail, because I want to get back to us focusing on what we're grateful for, but I wanted to give you this because coming here in the next year, which is only a week away, I'm going to be doing a training program where every week I will take 40 individuals, is actually the number of group that I have right now that signed up through my Rubicon training system. So I will do a virtual training program. I haven't trained in 6 years. Okay, I haven't taken anybody through the Rubicon system, but I just feel that it's the right time for that. So I'm going to make that available. So right now I want to give you that training program so you can understand the idea. And on the Rubicon website, which is gonerubicon.com, if you go to the Pathfinder tab, you will see that there is 3 different manuals there and a tool called Compass. I created my tool called Compass because it is the guiding mechanism that helps you navigate life, helps you find your true north. So I'm going to be modifying those a little bit here over the next week just to kind of upgrade them, because I'm bringing them out of mothballs. I haven't used these. I made them available. Over 44,000 people have downloaded that manual and the Compass manual in the last 6 years off my website. I just gave it to the world for free. I think it's time to teach it again. So if you want to understand more about how to use the system, then if you go to the YouTube channel, there's a whole category there called Rubicon Performance. And it's a lot of other training ideas that you can jump into if your time permits. But right now, between now and the first of the year, I do a lot of my planning because I know that planning, preparation, and practicing determines your performance. So I'm focusing on how I can increase my ability to give to the world, how I can become a better partner to Amy, how I can become a better father to my children, better grandfather to my grandson, and a better contributor to my family, which is you guys. That's what I want to be able to do. All that means that I've got to be the next level for me so that I can lead by example. And you have your audience. Your audience is looking to you. You have to figure out how you bump yourself a little bit each day, each week, each month. And if you don't have those goals in an organized fashion and a plan to accomplish them, what happens is they come up with, those are good wishes, and wishes do not come true. I'm sorry, goals come true. Goals are an organized methodology of how you accomplish your objective. This is a system that I've used. I've used it with thousands of other individuals. Hundreds of them have graduated through my system. And I know it works because it worked for me. It took me through my hell, and it can take you through yours. It trains you to become that better version so that you can impact, influence those people that are depending on you for their life to be better. So I think that's everything I need to mention this. Go ahead,
Steve,
Nisa.
sorry, Steve. I think you put the last link, but were there other links that you did post before? Because we won't be able to see them if we came in late.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for helping me with that. Then I can do that right here. Hang on. Good job, Nisa, for helping me with that. I was sitting there thinking, oh yeah, everybody can scroll up, but you're right. If you came in late, there is the full YouTube channel. And I'll give you my Rubicon website here. And I know each of us have got a timeline, and I try to stay to the 30-minute number. So I'm going to continue to move forward and allow each individual to jump in here and tell me what you're grateful for. If you've got to go to work or you've got other obligations that's on your calendar, we'll be back here again the same time every single Monday morning, my time, but Monday day on everybody else's calendar. And we're here to help you focus on becoming that better version of yourself. So I'll be sharing everything I know with you during 2022 so that you can have your best year and your breakthrough year. Okay. So who else wants to jump back in here and share with what you're grateful for? Jump in here.
Hi, morning.
Good morning,
It's
Margaret.
Margaret. I am grateful that I was able to spend Christmas with my very good friend who unfortunately is not doing very well with Parkinson's,
Mhm.
and that I was able to drive up to her by myself because my son unfortunately could not be here for Christmas. He's in Utah and I'm in Florida.
Sure.
So luckily it all went well, and I'm just very grateful that my health allowed me to drive here and spend time with her. And she does not give up.
Sandy. Thank you, Margaret. And that is always a blessing when we can share time with those individuals that we care about. Thank you for sharing. Good job. Anybody else that wants to jump in here and share with us what you're grateful for?
Yes.
Steiner and then
That's
Dr.
me.
Ani. Dr. Ani, go ahead. And then Steiner, I'll let you go right after.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning from, good afternoon from Nigeria. I know it's morning over there.
Sure.
I'm actually very, very grateful that in this year, 2021, I was able to get connected with Steve with the Matt Morris Authority program. And I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that I'm understanding myself better.
Right.
I'm grateful that even though I had suspended the launching of my book, I still have the family.
Yes.
So these are the things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for beautiful children and a better 2022 because I now have mentors showing me how I can make it better, craft a year that is really, really amazing when it's on, and a lifetime of it as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Ani from Nigeria. You always have such a great smile. Thank you for being with us this morning. Good to see you. Steiner from Norway, jump in here and share with us, my friend.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm really happy for being able to join this group and know some of you even better than some of the others. But I am also happy for my family and celebrating Christmas, and I'm also happy for my job and my business, and yeah, many things.
Sandy, thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. And anyone else want to jump in here and share what you're grateful for?
Hi.
Linda and then Jack.
Hi. Yes, I'm just so grateful to be here. This is a family that I've always wanted to belong to. And I'm so grateful that Steve made it available to so many of us. It's a wonderful place to be. And I know, as Dr. Ani said, that we're just poised on a year of being able to use the skills and the training that Steve is offering us all to create the best year ever. So I'm so grateful for all of that and grateful for my health so that I can continue to pursue it. Thank you.
Good. Good job, Linda. Thank you very much. And, you know, one of the things that I wanted to do too is all of us, we kept our group together in a very private, because at one point we were just authors hanging out together. And I really want this to be something that you can invite, what I would say, probably 2 of the individuals in your life that you know are like us. They don't necessarily have to be authors. They have to be focused on making the world better and doing something in their life to move them to their better version. And they're looking for a family. They're looking for some training. They're looking for some influences, some resources. They're looking for a group to lock arms with. So you can take the link that you got here, that Zoom link that you had today, you can share that and you can invite those individuals. It doesn't matter where they are in the world. I don't want you putting this on your Facebook because, well, that's too much of everyone. We really want you to go through and sort and find those individuals that are really on the path toward becoming their better version. And I want you to know that you can take that link and invite them. You can invite them to the group that's Better Each Day. That's the group that we're all part of now. And, that way they get notifications as well. So you can do either one. I wanted to let you know that you can do that. So I'm going to jump here to Jack, and then in Wansa, I saw your hand go up. So I'm going to let you go right after Jack. Jack, go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, Steve, I just want to say I'm grateful for you and everything you've done for us in this training. It's been a big help for me with everything that has been going on in my life. A while back, I had put a to-do list out there of things, for 2021 that I needed to get done. So I think my last check mark was to put Richard Branson into space, which we did. I'm no longer with that company now. And then my next item on there was to start my own business, which I'm in a process of getting all that finalized. I'm actually there. I'm just ready to hit the go button for 2022. And then I've put the launch of my book off for a while, and I'm going to do that. I think January 1st. That's going to be my goal for January 1st. And just so I can get that done. And then with everything in my background, I wasn't even expecting that, but I went to Baltimore last week for a interview for a company, an engineering company, aerospace products. And out of, I think, 250 resumes the guy went through, I was picked as the consultant that they wanted to hire for that position. Wow. It's only a 6-month contract, but it's very humbling to know that, out of 250 people, I was picked. And I, because of your training and all the training I've been through, I'm just grateful for it.
That's wonderful. That's great.
Fantastic. Good job, Jack. I know that's got to be a fantastic feeling. Bravo. All right, I'm going to let Imwansa go, and then Maria, I'm going to let you go after that. Jump in here, Imwansa.
Hey, Steve and everybody, family, happy holidays. Steve, I'm so grateful for today, this very day. I haven't been on the last programs for a while because I traveled to Africa. We're going through some very difficult times as a family with sickness and everything.
Sure.
So today I came in and actually almost, exhausted, not wanting to be, but I just wanted some lift up and just to hear you just doing what I'm needing right now. Just like Steve said before, I'm in a place where I'm really grateful. In a short period, one day I woke up, I was bestseller. Then the next time I woke up, I was #1 bestseller. Went to Africa. So it was bittersweet.
Sure.
For sickness, and then went to be celebrated and had a lot of success with radios and interviews and other than that. But it's been a tough year because as a result of the success of the book, my company just kind of put me like, I don't care about what I do. Yeah, so it kind of, and it's not like, when you sell absurd all this, they don't understand. You think like, oh, so you're just here for what when you've been so successful and you're all over the place. So it's really been, I actually went into a depression. But then with everything that's going, so from being at this high and then, so I'm being put on this performance review. I don't even know if I want to be in this company. I've been trying to put off, what do I even write in my performance review?
Sure.
So today I came like, maybe Steve, just today is my last day of writing a performance review. Maybe I can get something from Steve just to get me to write something.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah, and so I'm grateful for today.
Awesome. Good.
I'm very grateful for today. Sometimes we want to, I have a lot of things I'm grateful for. But just today is just one of those days at 3 a.m. you're awake, like, okay, now what do I do?
Right.
I don't even want to be working anymore because I know I've got all these things I can do. But then what do I need? So I'm grateful that I just had that one percentage of courage to come to just to switch on the phone. Let me just hear,
Right.
because sometimes when you're in a depressed state, even hearing, it's tiresome, you know.
Absolutely. And Wanta,
So thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for just clicking on the link. And that's, you never know when you're helping your audience, those individuals that need your voice, that need your consistency, that need you to show up. Like when I was telling everybody that I was reading this last night up until like 11:30. So I got the book day before yesterday. Amy gave us this for Christmas, and I just couldn't stop reading. It was such a good book. But when you're doing it, you have to remember that you have to feed yourself. Okay. I think, Seibel, you were saying this earlier, you have to love yourself and you have to have the self-care and take care of yourself so that you can then give back to others. If your cup doesn't have anything in it and other people are coming to you because they're thirsty or hungry, then you don't have anything to give them. So you have to remember to take time in your daily schedule to feed yourself. Whether that's your physical conditioning, it's your mental mindset conditioning. It doesn't matter. You don't have to read about a Navy SEAL training an ultra athlete. Okay, that may not be your thing. Find the thing that inspires you and make sure that you always have that content near you. And now we have YouTube. I mean, I don't know, I probably got 40 or 50 different folders inside of my YouTube channel of different things that I save. And sometimes I have time to watch them then, sometimes I want to rewatch them in the future, but it allows you to always have a watering hole so you can come to and nourish yourself, because that's important. When you're here to make a difference in this world, you have to first be full of something to give. Okay, so it's really awesome. The other thing is if you're one of my favorite books, okay, if you haven't read Man's Search for Meaning by Dr. Viktor Frankl, okay, I've read this book. The first time I read this book was 1991. One of probably the most amazing books of one man's struggle to survive 6 years of Nazi concentration camp. So Dr. Frankl was an Austrian psychologist. When the Germans took over Austria, he was shipped to a concentration camp, actually two, Dachau and Auschwitz. So the point is, the book is a very incredible journey through the mind of how he got into this concentration camp as a trained psychologist. And he was feeling that, oh, I can't make this. It's cold. They're not feeding us. They're treating us horrible. They're in a death camp. And the cool thing that what he found out is the guys that they thought were going to be the ones that were surviving, the big woodsmen, the guys that were used to working outside in this extreme cold temperature, these guys were dropping. They were not surviving. They were not making it. So as he's sitting there paying attention to what's going on, he was able to realize that the whole element of surviving your most difficult scenario is what? Is it this? No, it's this. It's the brain, the most powerful force that you have inside of yourself. If you are training your mind, you can train your body. It's not just about your physical regimen. It's about your mental regimen. It's about your self-care. It's about how you think about yourself. It's the thoughts and the self-talk. So if you haven't read Man's Search for Meaning, jump on Amazon or jump on YouTube and just grab a couple of video summaries. You'll capture so much, because the key thing that Dr. Frankl talks about here is it's the struggling and the striving for a worthy cause that is the definition of meaning. And so think about this. He actually created the third school of psychology. And he says, not me, this is Dr. Viktor Frankl, says that any type of anxiety disorder or depression or feeling of panic or anxiousness comes from a single source. And the single source is you need a meaning that comes from your soul that is worthy, that you are going to struggle and strive for. It is not about finding luxury, stuff, style, and status. That is not what creates a life of meaningfulness, full of meaning. It is finding that thing, that big why, that is bigger than ourselves, that we are willing to struggle and strive for and push ourselves because we are going to sacrifice the difficulties. I call it embracing the suck. Okay. How do you get up and do another set? How do you last another hour or two? How do you read another book? All those are about a bigger why. And so if you go look at the Rubicon system that I told you about early on in the program, and you look at the making your pinnacle, the capstone of your life is how you want your life to end. Think about how you want those individuals that you care deepest about. What do you want them to etch on that memorial of what your life stood for? When they are looking at that end goal, that gives you your big why, okay? When you feel like you can't go anymore, and I think in my mind that I want my children to etch that one word on my stone that says worthy, then when I feel I can't go up that mountain faster than I went last time, I find the strength to go faster. I can push through my legs feeling like they want to collapse, my lungs feeling like they're going to burn, and I can't take another breath. And I can figure out how to recover faster. It's not about never falling. No, that's not what life is about. That's what everybody thinks it's about. And they're worried, oh my God, what if somebody sees me fall? What if somebody sees me mess up? And then they're going to laugh at me. No, it is not about that. Every freaking fighter out there in the world knows he's going to hit the mat. He knows that there's another fighter that's going to step in the ring and clock him and knock him to the deck. It is not about never getting knocked down. It's about how fast you can recover when you get knocked down. That is it. And the only way you're going to know how to get yourself back up when life throws you those sidewinders that you can't expect is you have to be conditioning your mind, your body, your nutrition. All that has got to be for what? Just so that you're a super strong person that can run faster, climb higher, and memorize more things? No, it's got to be bigger than that. What are you doing that for? Who are you doing that for? Who are you trying to become? And so that you can have that worthy gravestone. Does that make sense? That changes everything, okay? So read that, put that on your, if you haven't read that book, get this book for your 2022 reading list. It is probably one of the most top 5 books I've ever read in my life. Anyway, Maria, I want you to jump in here from Mozambique. Good to see you, my friend. Jump in here and tell us about what you're doing to help the children.
Yes, thank you so much, Steve. I am so grateful that 2021, I turned international author. And I am also grateful because I really met a very, very interesting family. This family of authors, we are learning every single day, including now that you are advising for us to prepare 2022 by reading this book. And I am sure that I will read it during my January, although I will be in my vacances, but I will read this book, by the way. I am also grateful because it was my first time to spend Christmas with my 60 days granddaughter.
Oh, good. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because of the book, the children are smiling much more this year.
Yes.
Many groups are really calling me every day, ask me what they can bring for the children, for better Christmas, for better place to stay. So really, thank you so much, you, Matt More, and all your team, because you are helping the world, not only Mozambique, but the people from everywhere. So God bless you and this family as well. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for all of you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Maria. And I love seeing the little videos you share of the children and how you've made such a great impact there. That's so awesome. I remember when you framed out your goal, okay, when you and I were talking about you becoming an author, and that's more than a year ago, it may have been a year and a half, and we've had difficulties going along the way, and we've continued to strive and overcome them. And now we see the children smiling, we see them on stage, performing and doing so many great things. And that's what it's all about, is the struggling and the striving for a worthy cause. You just explained what Dr. Viktor Frankl said, meaning of life. You just did it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
You
Happy
bet.
New Year. And
to
thank
be
you
here.
for the link as well.
Yes, ma'am. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be. Anyone else? We'll do one more person here and then we'll go ahead. I know we've gone way over today, but I thought it was really good that we had a lot of people on from all over the world. Anyone else? One last person want to share what they're grateful for?
I'm here.
Hey, Helen, jump in here. Jump in here.
Hi, guys. I am
Hi.
so grateful to finally got a COVID this Christmas, and I wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'm so happy about that because God knows better what we want, and I wanted to be in bed because I never had any time even to finish my chapter. So I promise I'm gonna do that. And I'm here nice and calm, reading books and feel actually great. Day number 4, so I get rid of it probably by Tuesday.
Sure.
And I wish you and your families plenty of love, health, wealth, and I wish you all your wish list.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
And we wish
Thank
you a
you.
good recovery there as well. Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we will be here again next week, which will be next year. Okay. So be sure get two more people like you. You know they're out there. They're just like you. They're looking for a family. You know that this is a family. This is our safe haven to come and hang out and share. So that's why I'm trusting you to make sure that we go get 2 more people each. Make sure that they're like us, that they care and they're striving and they're focused and that they want to contribute, because that's how we grow. Okay. The whole second idea of Sean Acor in his second book was the fact that anytime we want to do something as a group, as a family, and it's a difficult challenge, when we lock arms together, the challenge shrinks by how much? By 20%. So when our mountain that feels like it's too tall or too hard of a grade to go up, it actually gets easier when we're all together. So that's what we're here for. Love you each. I will see you next year. And I want you to have a happy new year and be focused and plan and prepare. Think about everything we talked about today. Jump into some of the stuff that I gave you, and we can give you the insights. And then next year, I'll be giving you some more training, and we'll figure out another time that we can do it outside of our Monday morning PTO. Okay. Love you guys. Happy New Year.
Bye. Happy New Year.